gonna start the video. Hello there and welcome to my final match of the regular season of the Dominion League Season 64, this time against VRSmith. We have another museum game to open up, which we just had against Bitter Worm Coil. There are a lot of unique cards. The castles are sort of interesting here. I'm going to open with one. I don't know that that's correct, but the sort of action stuff on the board itself are relatively weak. So it points to some VP angles being, you know, reasonable. In my mind, at least. So we have the $5 here, which isn't super good. We could try a count. Really, the ropes are probably a little better, but I guess it's possible to do, but there's no action payload, so like you can get draw going, but this would be an interesting time to go for the crumbling castle, because you have a little bit of expectation that your opponent can't necessarily immediately take small castle. And like economy wise, maybe they're a little better. Obviously rope had this risk. Of activating the stowaway. They lowered the curses for I guess reasons that are somewhat unclear to me. Maybe just for fun. I doubt they get down low enough to matter, but if there's a lot of loose buys, I suppose it's possible. You can maybe make some ironworks stuff work here. It's possible. all the wisps hit? No. We top deck or just we can lose a copper. We have to top deck one, but it does let us actually decrease the number of coppers if we do it this way. Would be real nice to have drawn the like hunting lodge in case of haunted castling, but it's not here, so isn't in the cards. VRSmith does have some nice. The rope is also gonna take away the will-o-wisp like guaranteed hit defense, quote unquote. VRSmith does have the draw going pretty well, which is unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. Poison Estate, I guess just for more wisp fuel, I'm not really sure. Last card small. I guess the question is, do we want opulent? Versus some of the other ones. It's probably okay. We would like to buy another hunting lodge, I think. VRSmith sort of ultimately playing towards more of a just a smithy draw engine than I have going on here, which I think is probably fine. Potentially quite strong. Basically just using the spirits. Unfortunately don't have stowaway here to react, but that's the way it goes. We'll get another wisp here, or that she'll be able to get another wisp off the Exorcist. Well, I assume. Don't know exactly what all is in there, but I'm gonna assume that she can. But ops to just trash. I think we go on here, even though there's some potential sadnesses. Ideally, we had found the ironworks or something. I'm trying to think here what the angle on the. I mean, like we can count and toss money. I guess we can top deck. Well, we're gonna draw it. I would kind of rather have King's Castle, I think. They're not really guaranteed to hit 10 again necessarily, but quite likely. Not sure about this one. They may have a stowaway. I don't know what they drew. There's like a reasonable shot that stowaway is what's on top here. I don't know. What do the King's Castle look like for them? It's just haunted and whatever. It's not that good. I'm a bit worried about activation. What's worth more, the humble or the opulent? The humble's worth, well, I mean at least 3. We can get to... We just get to 9? 5, 6, 7... Yeah, okay. This is probably activating their thing, but actually isn't, so okay. Well, they'll probably get King's Castle, but it's worth 6 total, 4, and then they'll certainly have the money off this draw. So wisps didn't hit, so I guess it's just... Why do they have 9 cards? Got to 7 from the stowaway, but... I don't know. Oh, I guess a rope. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Well, Ironworks played here, which is a little unfortunate for me. We don't really have a 3 pile going. I guess they didn't get to $8. This is nice. Oops. I guess we could imp. Whoops. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know why that isn't auto actually, but whatever. We could get an imp. We could Watchtower Estate, get an imp. I'm not sure if the estate is right. It's not terrible with the whatchamacallit. So I think they're gonna make it to their king's castle here, unfortunately. But like I said, it's not like a huge point advantage for her. It would be really good for me. It would be like extremely good for me. But that's not happening. All right, they have sprawling too. So it's worth as much as a province. And it would only be worth, I guess, like one more for me, depending on if it's a small castle play or whatever. This ironworks is probably gaining a duration, and it's going to do so scot-free. No, it's silver, actually. Okay. Maybe needed the silver to hit 10. Okay, yeah. That tracks. All right, so now we're kind of neck and neck, and probably her deck's a little better. It depends. If I'm very lucky with my opulent draws, then opulent starts to look pretty appealing or pretty good, but otherwise, then not so much. With this draw to X situation, you know. But like this is pretty good. We've got a really good shot at doing some exciting things anyway. Well, I mean, at the very least we go. I don't know. I don't have enough. I kind of needed to finance the other hunting lodge because we don't have plus buy or anything. Actually, it's all pretty good. We can still get to province, which at this point is, you know, good. You know, it's good. So if we take a duchy, I don't have a duchy yet. This is duchy. Duchy is like no wisp gain. And the other things are like, you know, a wisp gain. I guess. I could have played the coin, count for coin, and then trashed the estate. It's not clear that the estate is like bad. Like there, I got the $2 out of it from the opulent play. If we find the other hunting lodge earlier there, we can do some really exciting things. But this is just a nice little spirit engine that VRSmith has. And if she can keep it going, then there's not a lot of reasons why she can't play a longer game with the provinces, probably, and eventually, you know, outscore me that way, and have probably better angles on doing like holding a bureaucrat or an armory at the end than I will. But There are some 3 piles that are not close but aren't a million miles away either. The ropes and the estates are somewhat doable. So it would kill to have like a couple more hunting lodges in the deck right now. Those were not the cards I bought. And I guess also so you think the imp and the, I mean, there also aren't, the imp portion of the engine is a little dicey because there's not like a million aren't exactly a million targets. There's like wisps and hunting lodges and potentially one of your other ones, but they're not as viable. The ghost is interesting. I mean, it's partially a museum play and partially, I guess, the hope of doubling up on a wisp or something. I don't know what order I'm supposed to play this. We could go for a stowaway here first. Just to have one in deck and get the Ironworks play done. I don't really remember what the last card is. And then it would enable us to maybe try and just try and find one here. Try and find a buy here. This is kind of a pain. Just where I'm trying to make my stowaways maybe a little more exciting. That was also not the best opulent situation. So we'll see how that continues. Good thing about the wisps is they don't really have targets. The wisp density itself is not crazy, so there are a few. I guess I don't know if we have a good ghost target either. If the ghost is in hand, I don't know what's down there for the ghost to play. But there might be another imp, which would suck, or a wisp. Obviously, those are great. We could lose one more copper. It's just like a bit on the side of, well, maybe this copper is pretty good for us. This turn anyway. It's kind of hard to want to toss just money without knowing, because we would like to buy a province and we're pretty close with it with what we have in hand, but it's not there exactly. But this does at least get us there. See, this is where the opulent needs to be, right? But We could. What are we gonna have here? 1, 2, 3. 9. The top decking doesn't look particularly appealing. We could have trashed. I guess we can still trash the coppers, I guess. Or trash a copper now. We have at least one stowaway bottom deck. That was a little unfortunate. Never mind. I thought it would. I guess I drew it. I guess I had just already drawn it. So forget what I said. So we're only going to see one card. We do have Duchy. We already have a Duchy in deck, so it's not that good. I mean, if they keep drawing, I think they're going to beat me. I think probably fairly cleanly. The ironwork scene for estates feels greedy, but maybe it's good. I don't know if she has money for double province. If this is a green card on top, then we do have province in hand. Maybe the gold's down in there. Maybe she didn't have province at all. Can always, yeah, moving to the armories is not crazy. I think I just do it like this, right? I mean, gotta be the play. Doesn't seem worth overthinking it. Now the turns where I don't find a hunting lodge or it gets stow activated for me or anything, then this all turns to looking pretty terrible. A lot of green in VRSmith's deck too, though. It's important to keep that in mind. Like she could have taken province with a different count choice, but it wasn't free by any stretch if you're leaving some cards in deck. So we still have Armory Bureaucrat point plays to do, which are not. Okay, I didn't get a province. We're not seeing a stowaway. There's the curse buy for points. A small castle on top. Okay. Guess I'm just gonna take an armory for the points. Don't know if the estate. What are the odds that leads to a pile out? It feels unlikely. There was no ghost play. These are the gainers here. It's not like impossible, but it feels relatively unlikely. We did already see opulent. I'm super willing to take province if I can afford it. My count is maybe still in the deck. I don't remember. I think count's still in the deck. And maybe 1 or 2 silvers. One of the silvers was here. I think I have 2. I don't know. They're ghost. Okay, we're playing. So we're gonna draw quite some cards here. We're gonna, in fact, reshuffle. So there's probably technically like a miracle draw that double provinces. For whatever that's worth. and probably some miracle draws that pile as well. Again, for whatever that's worth. None of them particularly likely. There is the opulent. Well, we kind of have it in hand, or not in hand, but we kind of have what we want. We're pretty close to... What are the odds that tossing and drawing is good? One more green card in hand. If more of these were greens and less ropes, we would just play all the opulence and just run. But here's some of the buys. We can probably Duchy and Province. They play as in games of stowaway. They have just one stowaway coming and a rope. Okay. So this is a little more money. And that's really good for next turn. For at least being able to challenge we almost have enough for the estate as well, but probably copper is better than nothing. So what do I not have? I don't have... How much does Ghost cost? Or it would be kind of nice to be able to change a rope into a Ghost here and buy like a Bureaucrat. So we could go Bureaucrat Duchy. We just don't have really good ways of making 8 anyway. So if we can do it now, then we have a little better. We're much better at, say, contesting the estates at the end here than we are at contesting the provinces in the future, because we still have ironworks and armory down in here. But Bureaucrat Duchy is an option. It'll be okay points wise. But I feel like the play's got to be this. Could bite me. I don't know. I also don't know about the coppers. They're kind of okay, to be honest, because I'm just eventually going to cycle around and want to try and pile on something or be able to afford Duchy or whatever. We didn't draw... I think there's another stowaway down in here. We didn't draw that. So we can only play... I guess the targets would be the stowaways if the estates are gone. Of course, we don't have any money this turn. It's not actually a crazy top deck. But I don't think I'll do it. I think we've got a stowaway in the bottom here, not totally sure. This is gonna be so weird. No, he doesn't even have a stowaway. So they're gonna get like two free turns. Where's my opulent? I just need opulent in this hand and it would be glorious. We don't have it though. I'm gonna end up missing on the coppers. Should probably get her province next turn and then sad times. I kind of have to go for stowaways too. Maybe a double duchy angle. That may be, I mean, like if you have the count in $5, I guess if you have the count in $5, you can buy province too. They're the same level of difficulty. I can't believe the coppers were bad, but also I'm just scrounging, so you know, what can you do? I also don't have any honey, I mean, I don't have any museum plays. The only thing I don't have is ghost. So, or gold, ghost and gold. I don't know if I take the stowaways. That's my issue. If they have stowaways in hand, then it's quite bad. But also, all they have to do is get $5 and they win. I'm just a buck short here, of course. I guess you don't give them the potential help. And you just see if they have count or have $5 or whatever. And now I have, if they don't have it, I have it, but. Does not look like she has it, because otherwise you wouldn't need to. Well, we were scrounging for every point we could find there. I mean, obviously, I don't think someone. Whoops, I need to click start game. I did have a opportunity in the opening of the humble castle that VRSmith could not take. Whether it was good, I don't know. It seemed reasonable at the least. So infirmary is the bane. We're a little, and by little I mean we're a lot village stressed here. It's probably some form of big money with some big, try and do a relatively large trash at some point, and then like maybe have a figurine or two. Some figurines are pretty okay, but other than that, I don't know. There's nothing here. You could try bat also. Vampire's okay because you can game figurines. Yeah, okay. So it's probably something like that. It's still probably you want an infirmary somewhere. The old star chart opening is always a bit of a confuser to me. I suppose I can do. I mean, it could take your infirmary earlier. Well, this is a bummer. I'll take star chart now. Guess this maybe this guarantees 5. I don't know. No, it can't possibly. That's not how that works. The hexes could be nasty or could be nothing, you know, as hexes sometimes do. It's hard to say what exactly it'll look like. Like that's pretty not so bad. In fact, it's slightly friendly. Pretty friendly even. Okay, so we're gonna go big infirmary here. We got a bunch of crud to trash. Envious is mean as heck. When you're living, I guess it probably didn't affect the buy too much. Maybe, yeah, it probably didn't actually matter really there, but it could have. Okay, we take a gold. We didn't get the figurine play there, but that's okay. You can always top deck the wharf and then supplement whatever you're missing with more figurine play so that you get to the shuffle where the wharf is the star charted thing and whatever, and rinse repeat that way, which is cool. And as long as you draw the infirmary like a warrior doesn't, or whatever it's called, war doesn't hurt you, that's nice. War can kill the bat, which is bad. Greed is pretty doable, manageable. I guess trying to think if there's an angle. They don't have an action card either. More silvers. I have golds. I haven't one more gold. They have 2 more silvers. I would like to probably province gold here. Province gold figuring. If I can. I guess there's something to just double figurining. We could still trash a copper. We could trash 1 more copper and still double province. I think. The gold maybe is a little more, but let's trash both coppers. I'm not sure. Diluted doesn't matter. This is like, the gold is more like insurance against I didn't know they were hitting double here. We're gonna have to play a dutchy game. But we will get the vampire back at the time where that's kind of useful. We don't have, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. I don't have a bat now. Miserable would be nice. So we can, like, really want to play the bat. We get triple duchy. We'll have some threat. If we whiff on something, then we have some sadness, but okay. Do we like triple duchy? Well, we sure can't double province. I should be a little better in a duchy fight. That's a bit of a maybe. I did not actually think she had 16 yet. What was I missing? There was a 5th silver. She has a lot of silvers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. I mean, it was 16 exact. I don't know if this was a full deck or not. Probably. So this isn't like even remotely guaranteed to hit 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 15. You have 3 figuring because I mean, I guess you can check on the double. What'd she do? I mean, the double's not guaranteed, right? She had 3 stop cards and has 2, 4. She can see 4 cards easy. And then it's like 4 cards easy and then potentially 6 more. But still 3 cards will be bottom decked. Yeah. So if any of the money's bottom decked, she can't double. I gotta hear province actually. Otherwise the greening is just so awkward for me. I just have to figure out the coppers. If I go province, she might triple. She might not even get to triple duchy, to be honest, on her turn. So, and I double. I go province, duchy, and trash. But I do need the figurines to hit. Maybe don't need the duchy. I'm not real sure. She did find the max draw, which was good for her. She's not super fast clicking to the double province, so I'm assuming that's not there. That or I'm being, you know, taken for a ride. Okay, she didn't push the provinces, which is reasonable. I maybe didn't do the perfect thing for getting to whatever I have to get to, but I think this is it. Oh no, I'm confused. Well, what was I thinking? I needed to buy gold. We could take all of the duchies. That would be okay, right? I don't think she, I mean, she's even less likely to hit the double province now. Are the coppers any good? Is a copper any good? I guess I should phrase it that way. I mean, the next round, we're just trying to hit province or hit estates. So they might be okay. I don't know. We've tossed a figurine, which maybe is helpful. I don't know, actually, if that was helpful or not. This is really bad. I could whiff province. For sure. This is like the worst opening hand imaginable, so I don't think it's crazy at all to take province if you're VRSmith here. You have more silvers, right? So like there's like $8 in this, basically guaranteed. Because you can top deck the gold or whatever. So I think it's correct to swing at it here. Fighting the estates is probably not the angle. Even though the 3 pile is a little awkward with there still being 2 5s left. I think this is the right play. And she has a good chance of having it pan out, so. Now I do get to see 6 more cards here. So, you get there, but it was, I think, the correct gamble. The estates don't like the line, and like I said, she had, well, I mean, she could have been masking the money a little bit, but it looked good for a chance at hitting the It looked, I mean, assuming the money wasn't hidden really, then it was guaranteed because you were going to trigger a shuffle off the wharf and you could have top deck gold and you had a couple silvers or whatever. Close to guaranteed. Maybe it was not strictly, I don't know, but. I'm not really even looking at the kingdom all that much. I know that I have a good 5-2. There's a lot of stuff to do. She has to borrow for her enlarge, which is a little bit worse than what I'm getting to do. And then I guess maybe I borrow for another trail. Trying to think. It's all a bit similar. It could be another page. They're not too different. It's a so the I can borrow trail activate. It'll just kind of erase the -1 card token, or I can just take a page. It's kind of whether I want a page or a trail into the deck. Because I would like to trigger the shuffle, which means for sure it's either 2 trails or page, and then a trail the next turn on the enlarge gain. It's just whether I think and probably the trails are better because you can sacrifice. I mean, they just look better all around. So we get to activate. We already are we're a bit ahead just off the better split. Maybe not even ahead. We're in similar spots due to VRSmith being first player. I don't know that I've taken a half turn step or whatever at this point over. It's hard to say for sure. Wonder if this is straight to sacrifice. You can take more or less as many enlarges as you want here. Or, I mean, you don't take 1 million. Yeah, sacrifice looks good. So we're for sure triggering the shuffle. We just have to eat those. There's not, there are no options there. You just have to eat it. And then the question is whether you want second enlarge or like a catacombs. Or swap even. All of which are good. Well, Haggler's not that good right now, but enlarge catacombs swap are all pretty good. Catacombs is yeah, all of it's good. I don't know what to say. There's a lot of silvers though. That sucks. That's not helpful. Yeah, I like. She already had a. I'm gonna trigger here. That trail going is unfortunate, but whatever. I'll take a sacrifice. This is the. This is a bit of the issue we're gonna run into, so we have to kind of do this. Friendly warrior. I guess I could have delayed, but I don't think that's correct. This is super, super good. Do we want a second sacrifice or do we want more trails? We have a lot of trails. Which is all good. Take a farm on the gold because there's no plus buy, so there's no like money advantage. Maybe you just end up enlarging it either way, but in the meantime, it's a little better. There are some fluke hands, I guess, where it's risky. We will get to move around a little bit more if we do trail. That's probably worth going for that way. I don't know here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if the trail split, quote unquote. I don't know that that's really a thing. It's just whether they have an enlarge and we're kind of making the enlarge action a little more awkward. But it's hard to prefer that over it's hard to prefer that over whatever other things. But sacrifice? What? What? That's a bummer. Okay, we get a swap now. That seems good. I will also get a swap. And probably buy another enlarge. There is something to be said for just killing the silvers. I don't know if Haggler may be an angle now, because we can buy the provinces and get the game or get an extra card that way. I would for sure not mind sacrificing some stuff if I can. I do sort of like putting on pressure whatever ways. Though just more enlarges is also quite good. Though there are some risks there. Let's do that. I don't know if we're gonna get a really nice swap here. We could swap Trail for Haggler. Don't know what the last card is. 1, 2, 3. She doesn't find any trails here. She's sunk. Yeah, there's just, it's untenable. Yeah, 5-2 is so good there. And it's quite good here also. It may be, I have to look, it may not be a huge deal one way or the other, but what can you do? There's no plus buy, and there's no gaining. So at some level, you're just buying money, or you're just getting money things. So I don't know. I'm probably going to go Chapel Skirmisher. There is no trickery here. Like, there's straight up not. You just can have some of this stuff and see what you do. Like, even Palace is like not exciting. This maybe should have even been Skirmisher still. The only thing I was going to say, this is really bad for VRSmith. The only thing that might help is if my Chapel misses, but it didn't miss. And then also maybe if her Chapel wasn't in the turn 3 hand, then maybe it's not like the worst thing ever, but I'm gonna do like Skirmisher, Charlatan, buy Royal Carriage, and then just be horribly mean for the rest of the game. And at some point I should trash more of these. Coppers. I feel I shouldn't even write GG to that. It's a nightmare game. I just had a way better split and way better luck. So that's unfortunate. The 5-2, the quote unquote 5-2, the 7-2 is actually a little worse than this, like the 6-3. The 6-3 is probably best. You know, Border Village, maybe Border Village Puka or whatever. All of the 5s are quite good, and to get the Shy Oasis in your opening would be really nice. And then you can kind of move into like some Grim stuff or whatever. But like the Shy Oasis here, like nothing versus Shy Oasis is going to be quite a bit worse, in my opinion. She goes for Guard Dog, which I don't actually like all that much, but whatever. If you, I mean, 6 here, I would think the puka comes now. Would be my guess, but yeah. I like that. Hopefully the pickaxe is here. I would really just kill the cursed gold at this point. Picking up a groom seems totally good. It's going to be eventually pickaxe fuel, and then the ironmonger pickups are quite nice. I don't really get the... I won't lie, I don't really get the guard dogs. They seem terrible. I don't even want this, I don't think. I won't lie, I am like actually confused by the 2 guard dogs. Maybe 1 to spike money a little bit, but in any case, she's quite a bit ahead of me, so it can't be the worst thing ever, because it's doing something for her. But I find it a little baffling. Maybe you could do Ironmonger Groom, but I still think like Border Village is a little better. I don't hate that play, but I don't love it. I need a puka. Also, if you just happen to line up village moat, then it looks good. But anyway, it's like, for sure I don't have any room to talk about shuffles after the last 2 games. They were just completely brutal. Well, okay, the enlarged, there was some play still, but I still don't know that. This is hard. I'm not sure Grim is worth the curse, but at least the puka whiffed puzzle box nice though. At least the Ironmonger whiffed a village there. Otherwise, she probably has some actions in hand here. But gonna get to set aside a village or a dog or whatever. And, you know, depending on what's left in the 11, pick whatever makes the most sense and go from there. Staff really nice. Probably it could be an Innkeeper, could be Oasis, could be Ironmonger. Any of the 4s. Probably not a second Groom yet, but this is not. It is just simply not running though. My deck, frankly. This was some bottom deck of dogs, I guess, that were in here. That was maybe a little unfortunate. This puka draw here is actually massive. I think I actually tossed the Groom. This prize goat is quite nice. This was like a turn. I needed this turn to even feel like I could still be playing at all. For sure. This is going to give us Oasis into Horse, isn't all nice. So if her turn isn't super good now, and then my turn is super good, I think we're playing a game again. But this is probably good enough that I'm not really in it, because I think she's going to have 12 or close to 12. Maybe not quite. And then, because another double Border Village is just rough. This will be like Border Village barge, Border Village. It may be just double on barges, but you could take Pilgrim, or you could go for the 3rd pickaxe. Maybe you don't really need a 3rd pickaxe just yet, but it's all fine, frankly. And you could double for Border Village, but I think you just go hard on the Smithy variants at this point. Certainly one barge for sure. Yeah, this is not crazy. I think it's wrong. It's really hard for me to think that 2 Ironmongers is better than Border Village and a 5. That's really a hard sell in my mind. But you know, you can only criticize so much when you're getting walloped. The Ironmongers just look, I don't know, to me they just seem a lot worse than a pure village and pure draw card. But whatever. You're not going to need these $2, I don't think. You could use them though. They might get used. I guess to be fair, you also don't really need the actions. This is going to probably chain some grooms. Yeah. They're nice for just building up the fuel. There's a world where I get to these cards on my turn, and again, I do something that is probably like this, but a little worse, and we play a game. But at this point, it's just going to be really hard unless she messes up the 3 pile. But there's enough trickery, not trickery, but there's enough things to count here that you keep playing and maybe they'll mess up. It's not going to take super long anyway. But yeah, $20 is crazy. I'm not touching that. Yeah, that's wild. So very nice deck. Very nice deck. Do my shy. Upuka. Guess I keep this. I don't really want it, but it would be nice for me to hit a how do you say it? I guess I could blow up one of the oases now. Can't really play the groom, can I? Man, my deck really does suck, doesn't it? I was gonna say, I can play more stuff, it just none of it matters. Oh, I meant to save that for, well, whatever. We can probably resign this. I said I wouldn't though. I didn't mean to actually play this Oasis. I meant to get another. I think we're okay resigning this though. She had $20 and was gonna have like $20 million the next turn, so I don't need to waste our time on that. Okay, what do we have? What do we have? There's tunnel stuff, potentially. The only plus buy is traveling fair or forum. There's not. Black Hat potentially annoying here, just the way the points are gonna maybe go down. Guess gear into Bounty Hunter is still pretty good regardless of what you're doing. You can maybe get around Haunted Woods a little bit via forum. I don't know, the imp printing is particularly exciting. Trading post is not insane. I have $4 next turn. Probably for a second gear. I didn't play the gear, which is a little sad. This gear will draw at least $1. I'm trying to think this one through. Would have really rather drawn. No, wait, that was fine. I don't know if this is gonna work right. I remain solidly unconvinced by what I'm doing, but might be okay. I'm a little worried about the black cats. But if you have enough forums, I guess you just kind of run around whatever things, whatever crud. So I guess the goal is to have a lot of forums. Yeah, I maybe could have, no, because I didn't have the gear, so I didn't have the same, I did not have the same buy options there. I don't know that you actually want a second tunnel either. Versus just a ton of forums. She does get the second tunnel. Which, like I said, I'm not totally convinced of. But if it's good enough for VRSmith, you know, good enough for me. It is points and potentially a bounty hunter money option. She's probably getting to 10 here. Depends on how many of these. Depends on what the gear drew on the reshuffle, but potentially can get to double form. That would be kind of the dream. I think it's not unreasonable to throw in a black cat at 7 though, just off the idea that you can form them anyway. You know, they're another thing that you can kind of toss off the chaff. And the points, nothing to sneeze out on this board for sure. She didn't get to a bounty hunter play again. And I didn't my last turn. So we're going to top deck, and are we going to top deck a black cat? Or are we going to... Okay. Well, I'm fine. No, I mean, you know, that I know that there's a black cat. I'm relatively okay just taking the forum, you know, and bounty hunting something. There is a question here of what am I going to draw? Still probably worth getting this. I can, yeah, I don't know. This is a bit of a, it's like we don't quite get to 12, which would have been nice, but unlikely. So we have, in theory, similar-ish amount of money we could use. Actually, if I'm just going to top deck forum, I should just do it like this. And I guess she can feel relatively okay about just taking a province if she wants it. Or can do the top deck forum black hat. Those are options. The black cat for sure is not in this hand, right? Because it was top deck. Oh no, the black cat wasn't top deck. I totally missed that. So there was actually some like chicken going on there. Well, we also didn't find the gear here. Which is a bummer. I don't know. This is less. This is now all messed up. My shuffle. I maybe shouldn't have even tried the shuffle. So that was also just missing a gear play if I hadn't done it back in whenever. Now we're really just playing a very... And she has a points lead, so, right, that's got to be better for her than for me. Where is that darn gear? Not gear, the bounty hunter, really. There's not really a... Oh, great. So we didn't find that either. Maybe I should have gone form black. I don't know. This is all a bit beyond me. At some point, you just have to buy the provinces, you know? Maybe you take some curses. You probably can keep buying provinces even if you do take some curses. If we run all the... If she runs all the black cats, then... yeah. She runs all the black cats, then she can just buy the tunnels out, kind of. Not exactly. How does this work? Nobody really knows. Science has yet to figure it out. Because well, you need a lot of... You can't just empty the tunnels in any short number of plays. I wish I had had one more dollar. Though, unfortunately, I mean, there's got to be at least a gold down in here. But she's sitting pretty with the point lead, so VRSmith can just, again, doesn't have pressure to necessarily buy a green card this turn. That's not a thing that has to be done. Can top deck gold and whatever, and a black cat or whatever, you know. I did get to activate a lot there, though. So now the question is if I can like double or something. It still takes $18 to do the tunnels, which we're not actually all that far off of. $18 to do the tunnels, and then depending on how many curses you get, that could be, you know, good or not. We do have it. You know you're getting one curse. That's guaranteed. $20. $20 gets you a copper with your tunnels. $22 gets you an estate with your tunnels. But we can double, so I wonder if there's an angle. I don't know. There may be some bounty huntering possible. The gear is hidden. So we can exile a black cat for 3. And that would give us 24. 25. 25 gets you a duchy for your troubles. So it's just on like how many black cats do they have? Or you could keep the black cat and do forum. Maybe a little better. But if they have less than 2 black cats, that's really hard to tell. They also don't want to reveal it immediately, and they can wait till the end. So you can get a duchy with this, right? And that's 11 points. Which again, if they have 2 black cats, it's not quite. I guess you can also triple tunnel province. All of this stuff is hard. That's the thing, is they can always just wait to reveal. But you just don't know. They can just have done 1. So I didn't go for the win, obviously. And then you can, at this point, you can triple tunnel. Which does not automatically lose to anything, but triple tunnel puts you at 18, and if they have more black cats, you're for sure sunk, because like you're just in trouble. But she didn't have more because it didn't ask. I could have done it that way, I guess. I could have probed. That's actually kind of crazy. I could have bought tunnel and then another tunnel and then checked. Basically, if there had been another one in there. I didn't think about that at all. It's kind of a skeezy way of playing, but it would have worked. Yeah, it would have worked. I could have bought 2 tunnels. The second one would have revealed no more black cats, and then I could have done the tunnel duchy pile out. This is one of the very, very, very rare times where this is like an info leak that, in practical terms, really did or could have decided the fate of a game. Because it was clear after the second buy that she didn't have more black cats. I unfortunately don't have any black cats here, so that's not good. So that's wild. I don't know if I should have felt good about doing it or not. It's going to be the same thing. As soon as she buys a green card here, she'll know I don't have any black cats at all. That's very interesting. I don't know how I would feel about, if I had thought of it before, I probably would have done it just because this is our situation. We're playing on this client. That's the competitive arena. But it really would be difficult to kind of feel very good about it. So without black cats here, for sure, we're not building up anything big enough to do anything here, or pile out wise anyway. So and we didn't draw any either though, which is kind of nice. I gotta buy province. It may just straight up lead to a pile out. I may be catted to death here. I don't think there's much incentive for me to save. I can't double get anything anyway, so probably she just has a win on her turn, but well, that's not that many. And I have kind of okay shots at doing quite a few here. She may have enough money to just do the tunnels anyways. Oh yeah, okay, this is double province ones. She's gone. All right, well, thank you all for watching. We got to 4-2, gives us 20 on the season, which means we have a really, not guaranteed, but quite good shot at making it to the finals this season. So hopefully we'll see you there, but we've got a lot of matches for other people to play before we know for sure. But within a few, it could be kind of confirmed. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all later.